Hello there. This is a continuation of where we didn't know where we left off yesterday. Oh, I think I have no idea. Okay. Greetings. This is part two of the chat. Those that got missed yesterday. So, all right, blessings, and it shouldn't be too long. So, here we go. Greetings, I am Michael. Blessings. I am happy when you are ready to begin.
Hi, Archangel. I'm assuming Archangel Michael.
Michael, yes.
Okay, so first off, we are going to start with Maddie's world.
Yes.
First question, is there a reason why my crystals won't work with me?
Yes, you have not quite had a vibrational connection with them. Some do sleep with their crystals in a bag, basically, or carry them with you. I don't believe they have connected to your energy enough. From what I am seeing, this is something you can, but also talking to them, but of course your connection is not going so well. The idea is for your crystals to become part of your energy. So those that are small crystals, I would recommend carry them out with you. And some do sleep with them under their pillow. That's up to you. But that would be the best way to make that connection. Blessings.
Okay, second question for Maddie's world. What inspiration can help me from my past life to incorporate into this one?
Activity, to be more active, to be a part of events, not necessarily large ones, but small ones, or community get-togethers, those that appeal to you, would add a lot of, because basically for you to basically get out of the house, not necessarily everyone's going to have the same point of view as you. Of course, you can find situations like that, but the idea is to have fun. So that is what we recommend from a past life. Blessings.
Okay, so we're headed over to the chat room that was missed. And first up is Carol McLaughlin. Are there any messages for me?
Yes, at this time your energy is pulling from feline vibrations. As for your talents, this is going on throughout your life. I believe it is the nurturing side is very feline. You might also see yourself in a mirror image of a feline being. This is just to be grounded on this earth is very much a feline world as much as it is a reptilian world. But you have the balance of reptilian and feline. And for that, I believe your feline instincts are actually working quite well, especially in family matters. So that is something to at least to look into. Blessings.
Okay, Carol's second question. What are my connections, human or galactic, to my older brother, Les?
Palladian, amphibian, incarnations. I see you on, yes, galactic ships as for missions, but also see you in a nature setting. After a long voyage, you are taking it easy together along with family. So basically, your voyages are for family get-togethers, but also the missions are, but also family life, where you can just talk about your adventures, basically. That is what I'm seeing at this time.
Okay, next up is Marianne A. Are there any messages for me?
A moment. Yes, you have one moment, a guide by the name of, I am receiving Clive is his name. It's actually, this is an athletic spirit guide, but also one you can meditate on. He looks very humanoid, Palladian, blue Palladian looking. This is one that you can connect with in your meditations for basically for grounding, but also connecting with nature. He has a lot of nature around who's like a gardener, basically. This is one you can connect with in your meditations for basically to ground your energies. But he is one to help you. I believe your connection with nature will increase for this vibration. I believe he just showed up, but he's not very well known. I don't believe he felt it fully. Blessings.
Okay, second question for Marianne. What am I doing in astral?
You are connected to many Palladian alliances. I'm also seeing the canine races, Palladian and canine, are basically their connection to this earth is they are basically becoming more understanding of each other. Canine and human are not always getting along with each other because of their differences. So I believe you are part of an astral, you're part of this kind of like a diplomatic. I know it sounds kind of boring, but it's kind of like a diplomatic get together from what I'm seeing at this time. So there might be some kind of even rough energies around you at this time also, because not all aliens all play together, and this one is not at this time. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Freddie Kulit. Last night, during my meditation outside, there was a lot of activity in the sky. I was seeing orbs and flashes. Who were they, and do they have a message for me?
These are Arcturians. What I'm feeling, yes, there is some feline energies there, but mostly Arcturian vibrations and insectoid. Their message to you is there is an opening within your ear, they say, for connectivity, for alien connectivity. Not to say they're going to have an alien pretty much go into your ear, but they say your ear is opening up to hear more of who is around you. I believe you feel some of this. They're also saying that some of the stones that you own at this time, I believe you own some that are talking to you more. You might not be consciously connecting to it. I believe it's helping your vibration for you to connect to these beings, to open up your connectivity. But when doing so, I see a reptilian being trying to connect with you. Positive. Arnold is the name I'm receiving at this time. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Maggie777. Are there any messages for me?
Yes, your guides are showing dinner time, but what they are showing is organization. They're very much good at organization, but as for your life direction, that's not always organized, is it? There's many times you feel like you don't know what direction to go through. But with you, I see, yes, many, one moment, feline races with you at this time that can go in multiple directions. And the reason why sometimes you get in situations, because I see them cloning themselves, basically, or yes, they are multiplying themselves instantly. So in this incarnation, that is the idea for you to pick a solution, a direction more clearly. And sometimes it's difficult. I know that might be a little bit confusing, but sometimes like you want both choices, not just one. Because a lot of times you've had many choices at once. In this life, you're understanding more of your decisions. At least what I am receiving at this time. Blessings.
Okay, second question for Maggie. My mom lived in her old neighborhood for 48 years. This year, one of her neighbors died. Are there any messages from Alice or any messages Alice would like to pass on to her family?
Only that thank you for keeping the place up. You can sell it to whoever you like. She really doesn't care. She's happy where she's at. I see her playing basketball. I know it sounds kind of. I don't think she's ever played that in your world. So on the other side, she is doing that. I see her very athletic, but also meditating more. Also, they do meditate on the other side, and she says her cooking is a lot better over there. Also, blessings.
Okay, next up are questions for Tara. What was my main purpose for incarnation on Earth?
There are several, but the one I'm allowed to connect with is mostly family and your ideas of family, your vibration for family, and your current family. But if I have to say you're going to go create one, if you wish to, you can. But your current blood family that you're born into, basically, your vibration is there for a reason to keep certain individuals from getting the word tearing each other apart. I'm actually getting that word, so you're there not just for that reason, obviously, but that's one of the reasons to keep stability within the family, even if there isn't any. It would be a lot better with you than without you, but there's much more to it than that. You also have a lot of rabbit energy. I'm not sure if you are aware of that. Blessings.
Okay, second question for Tara. Are there any messages for me?
As for this incarnation, just basically follow your instincts. But also your guides want to know you are from a race that can change their appearance constantly. They are known for shapeshifters, come from a shape-shifting society where they're not constantly shape-shifting, but they're known to do it often, let's put it that way. Palladian, Arcturian, Syrian, humanoid lifetimes mostly. You're usually incarnating several of those. That seems to be the world of choice. And this incarnation is a little bit different. I don't believe you're going to go through any major plastic surgery because you'd be stuck with that form. So what's the point in all of that? Because the idea for shape-shifting is to constantly jump around different facets. So that is what your guys are saying at this time. Blessings.
Okay, next up is, oh my God, it's Moses. I just finished reading Initiation from Elizabeth H. Is there any messages for me?
Well, yes, just to read more on that subject. It does seem to be expanding your point of view, your soul. And also, she is very Martian. And I believe you knew this person as a Martian in another incarnation. Blessings.
Okay, second question for Moses. I'm now on holiday in Tuscany, Italy. Is there a message for me about that?
Yeah, your guides say they'd much rather you stay there because it seems to be quite pleasantly happy there from what they are saying. So yes, it's basically just memories, and this experience is helping your vibration very much. But the memories of it when you're off vacation will still vibrate with you. So there's very much reason for your connection there. There's a lot of reptilians there. A lot of them are very cultured, just like your Italians. There's other beings with the blessings.
Okay, next up is Gregory Savakul. What have I been doing in Astro lately?
What I am seeing is very fast cars. Some that go just world to world. Yes, they travel. Of course, astral is a lot different than your physical world. So I'm seeing you go through space in a car. Yes. So it seems to be you're on some kind of mission. I'm not being fully detailed of it. I do see a convertible. I see others with you and other vehicles also. So you're all going somewhere. It's not. Yes, this is going to be very cryptic. Basically, you're on holiday. You're on vacation, but there's more to it than that. I don't see any stress through that.
Gregory would also like to know if anyone has any messages for him.
Yes, there's a lot of amphibian energies around you at this time. A lot of actually Vatican energies around you. You had many lifetimes in the Vatican, which your guides want you to just start to connect with that. I hope open up your point of view, as that was a place, yes, within the church that you've had many incarnations with. Sometimes, I believe a lot of these memories have been kept out, but remember, you connected with spirituality where others were not. That's this type of spirituality, basically. We weren't fully aware, but you were connected, but weren't fully understanding of it all. So, yeah, you have lived a lot of lifetimes in isolation there also. Blessings.
Okay, next up is Dragon. First question. Can you say hi to my ship for me? It's alive and was sometimes my greatest companion. Can you tell me what it's up to?
It is flying around you at this time, but it's also, I believe, around Mars and even sometimes Pluto. It does connect to, I see Palladian beings, but also mostly Palladian beings at this time. They're not going into full detail. They're kind of secret of them. They're having a good time, but they're not. Yes, they're very secret of what they're doing though. I see a lot of nature on their ship also. Yes, they're being quite secretive. Either way, blessings.
Okay, next one for Dragon's a little lengthy, but it's just the detail. So he says, sometimes when I'm relaxed, I can see through the eyes of an alternate version of myself in a floating city with Greek-like architecture over a sort of forest area. I can gain partial control over myself there and walk around there by walking around here, even though I bump into things. I can tell it's a great hall with a lot of beings coming and going, and I'm typically in a trance there, except when I am interacting with it. Where or what is it? What is that version of myself in relation to me?
It's a city in the clouds. Is this another version of Earth, but it's one that's very close to your dimension? It's a city in the clouds, which is a high vibrational world, basically. From what I see, at least, it does not. It has more exploration, discovery than low vibrations. They're not always going to give you full detail of what is going on, but it's a place you're more than happy to connect. It does help you elevate. The idea for you to be able to connect with is to raise your vibration. You'll be teaching this to others also. The idea of connecting to one's other aspects also is all you. Just many aren't ready to fully visualize themselves in another dimension because you are all learning from each other. Your mistake could have been figured out from some other version of you, but you have figured out a mistake that you can teach the other version. So you're always synchronizing with each other. Blessings.
Okay. Next up is Ra. I've been so focused on my inner healing that I haven't made time for any relationships. Do my guides or angels have any advice regarding this?
Yes, it will come when it needs to. Right now, you're sheltering yourself at this time. But basically, the idea is to go out and feel. The idea is to find community where you feel accepted. That way, you can experience the life you're looking for. As for a relationship, but it's up to you. You will know where to go and what to do. It just takes time. Blessings.
Okay, next question for Ra. Do I have any other messages?
Yes, recently it does seem like you're connecting to a lot of ancient Atlanteans, but also future humans. And I see you going between the different worlds in your astral, learning from both as to help you awaken. Blessings.
Okay. So, well, it bumped down 1 second. Next up is Stephen Davies. How can I remove negative past lives from my sacral chakra?
It's basically in a meditation, a walkthrough meditation, one that you feel very comfortable with. The idea is for you to ask your guides to bring this lifetime to you so you can experience it, experience negativity, and ask for a release of that negativity. Because, yeah, especially of a domestic dispute that you went through, or of a murder that you went through, of yourself, basically, you have the idea is to experience it, to release it. And it's not easy sometimes, or there are other ways of just asking for a release, but sometimes it does not work. You can just ask for release in your meditation, but that's not always sufficient. Sometimes you need to go through lifetime, depending on what's going on. It does seem like a meditation will help you with this lessons.
Okay, next up is Zinyu Ki. They've reposted as theirs didn't make the cut. Why do I have dreams about teeth loosening or grinding teeth? Is it because of the relationship and social problems?
Yes, because you don't like the way you listen to yourself talk. That is why. So listening to yourself talk in situations that don't make you feel comfortable. Sometimes you don't like your delivery. Sometimes you don't like how the human words are on this planet. You just don't like socializing on this planet because it doesn't make any sense to you. You'd rather be forthcoming, and you can't be. You have to go through this little maze to get in touch with somebody. Just instead of just on other worlds, where it's very easy, here it's very difficult. So you're just adjusting to it. The vibrations, blessings.
Okay, second question for Zinyu. I was told that eating less will help with my relationships. How are diet and relationships related?
Well, the idea is for you to feel better about yourself. We do recommend a juice diet, but not necessarily one you have to constantly. Just where you want it, you put it in your life. Doesn't have to be all the time. Doesn't have to be. It can be wherever you want it, but we do recommend it to flush your system out. But it's ideas for you to feel better about yourself. So your vibration helps you think more clearly, especially when you're communicating. But this is all up to you. This is all up to you. Blessings.
Okay, and if it's okay, I'd just like to ask a couple questions.
Please do.
Okay, so my name is Stacy.
Yes.
Again, thank you for coming in. I call on you a lot.
Of course.
I just had a question about the pressure in my left ear. I find sometimes I get this pressure that's like a womp womp womp, and I'm just wondering what that's about.
That's a being trying to channel through you. That's a being that is trying to channel through you. They're not giving any messages because they want to come through and channel through you. And they're also testing your vibration to see where you're at, see where they can come in also. And it does seem like they're slightly tuning you to a certain degree. So your spirit guides are assisting it also.
So is it's a positive being?
Yes, I don't see a negative. Okay. It just feels you have not experienced it. That's why. It's it's just as you open up, you will feel these things. Once you get used to it, most likely you will not have any use. It will not happen. It'll happen every once in a while, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, I've noticed some sinus pressure since January, but I made some big decisions in January, so I don't know if that's related. But yes. I wasn't sure if it was from like being sick early in the year and it still being an issue, but I was thinking it was a channeling thing. So,
cool. But sinus had a lot to do with your vibration adjusting to this world also. Is like, oh, do I really have to make these decisions? It should be a lot easier than this. And so that's part of it. So it has a little bit of it. Yeah, yes, it has to do with the channeling. That's a couple of several things involved.
Okay, now that I know that that's it, maybe I can calm down a bit.
It takes time. Yes.
Yeah. And then just another question is if there's any messages from my grandmother, Dorothy, that's passed in regards to the family dynamic right now.
Well, she said you have a lot more energy spunk than she does, which she did. The family, she's glad she's not a part of all what's going on. She wants to be a part of it. But also, she does not want to be brought down either. But she supports everybody, even both sides of the conversation. So it's like She just wants everybody to get along, basically. But she also supports their not getting along because supports their point of views. So either way,
Yeah, I get that.
just making peace would be good, but either way, she still loves them no matter what.
Okay. Well, Archangel Michael, thank you so much for coming in.
Yes. Blessings.
Blessings to you.
And happy weekend to you all. All right. Thank you, everyone. And good night. And I'll have another, I'm going to go do another live one later on tonight. Blessings.